And we're kicking off the week. Welcome into the news. Oh. All right, we are kicking off the week. Oh, and I went to the sky cam instead, which kind of cloudy outside, but welcome into the News 10 Plus desk on this Monday.
Happy Monday. How's it going?
I think I accidentally shut off the stream real quick, so I hope we're good to go. The button's on, so I think we're good. Hopefully.
Okay. I
see
can't
what
really
happens.
help you.
I think no, we're good. It's on.
Okay.
Thank you, Crystal. I know. It's the Monday. I was getting button happy over
Just
here.
getting super excited.
I was super
Look at this.
excited.
What is this now?
What do I do? What do I push? But some fun's coming up on Studio 10
That's
today.
right. That's right. Guess what? I'm ready. Are you ready?
And what is that reference to?
SpongeBob.
There we go. Bingo.
Yeah, we're super excited. So you know we love the arts here in Mid-Michigan, and all of us Express Children's Theater just puts on amazing productions. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Amazing productions. They had Addams Family. They have classics. They have new ones. And this weekend and next weekend, they're putting on the SpongeBob musical. So this is a hoot and a holler. I've seen it before. The music is what really tells the story, but the characters, it has the adventure, it has a little bit of everything, and you don't even have to love SpongeBob, the TV show.
I mean, who doesn't?
I know, yeah, who doesn't? To appreciate it. So we're super excited. We have the actors who play SpongeBob and Sandy. Come on, and so we're gonna be going behind the reef, going into Bikini Bottom, because who lives under the pineapple under the sea? SpongeBob SquarePants. Yeah. So we're excited, and we're also gonna be playing a game with them. It's called What's Behind Me. So we'll team up with the cast members, and so they'll have iconic images or characters that will be behind, and we'll have to describe them. So.
All right, I like that. That's a fun little game. You guys always have your fun little games on Studio 10.
You try. It's fun to kind of to test it out, and just to kind of get to know the actors, because once you see them on stage, you're like, that's SpongeBob, or like that's Sandy, or that's Patrick. So it's cool to get to know them as their own person.
Yeah.
So we'll have that, and then we're also going to be paddling into some fun as well, because every Monday we do Love Lansing Like a Local, part of Choose Lansing, and this week we're focusing on outdoor activities and outdoor sports, and so we went with Rivertown Adventures. That's where you can rent a kayak, canoe, paddleboard.
Get out.
Yeah, and so we went. We did kayaking and paddleboarding on Crego Lake, Crego Park, which is part of Fidelity Lake. But you can also rent these kayaks and canoes and go on Rivertown Adventures.
That's so fun.
And what's really neat about Mid-Michigan, because I know when I first moved here, I was like, there's not a lot of water, but there is. But what's really cool is that you're downtown and there's the Grand River, and you kind of get that urban feel, but then you kind of keep going down the river, and then you see all of the nature, which is also a big favorite of when you're kayaking and stuff. So we will talk a little bit about the kind of adventures that you can choose, and where they literally will just drop you off. You hop in your kayak, you hop in your canoe, and you can go down the river, and then they'll pick you up. So it's really just one-stop shop, but lots of fun. Yeah, so definitely tune in for that. I did go paddleboarding through them. That was the first time that I paddleboarded in a long time, and I actually kind of got the hook after filming it, so I did it again this weekend.
Oh, that's so fun.
Because it is fun. It's really easy. I think it's intimidating because you are on a board, and it's a little bit of balance, but
once you got it, you're good.
Yeah, and then if worse comes to worse, you can go on your knees. So and maybe it's because I'm 4'11" that it's not really scary. So I'm not
the center of gravity's got you good.
Yeah, maybe. So anyway, definitely tune in for that. As well as we love going to different libraries here on Studio 10, and Capital Area District Library is coming. And they're highlighting the Dansville Library. So what's cool about Capital Area District Libraries, there's so many different branches.
Yeah.
And so this one we're highlighting more of a smaller one, but it's small but mighty. And it's a huge resource for their community, so we'll talk a little bit about all the things that you can do there.
All right, perfect.
I know.
We got a whole variety going on in Studio 10 today.
We do. And we are giving away our last gift cards for our Studio 10 Games giveaway.
Pull that up.
Yeah, well, it's the thing they can't enter anymore.
Oh,
so
never mind.
Just tune in to see if you won.
There you go.
There you go. But it's cool because tomorrow we'll have a big Olympic themed show talking about the local athletes. We'll do our version of some Olympic games.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I don't know about that one. I saw a video of when we were trying to.
Gold.
Yeah, I don't know. We have like a promo that will go out, and it's like us trying to like do the track thing, like, you know, on your marks, get set, go.
Oh, yeah.
Not pretty. It was
No?
not a good start. I put my hand on my. It's embarrassing. Anyway, they're
What were you doing?
I don't know. They're Olympians for a reason, and I'm not, and that's okay.
This is why we are where we are.
Yes, exactly. So anyway, definitely tune in to Studio 10 at 3 o'clock. We're excited
Sounds
to
good,
see you
Nicole.
there.
You got SpongeBob.
You
You
got
got kayaking,
kayaking.
canoeing, paddleboarding on Kriego at Kriego Park.
Yep. And
All
then
right.
also, I said library.
The library.
Yeah.
Yeah, all sorts of things.
Yeah.
And this past weekend was a great time to go out on the water,
Yeah.
and this weekend is looking the same. So take advantage. All right, thank you, Nicole.
Absolutely.
Appreciate all the fun little ideas happening across the area and things to look forward to. And we're bringing Justin Bradford up here to talk about well, those spotty rain chances that you can expect at the beginning of this week, but then also looking ahead to this upcoming weekend, right? We got spoiled this past weekend, beautiful temperatures, sunny skies, and so we're going to bring it out to Justin to share more about what we can expect this week.
Yeah, things look pretty good for us. Got a couple small rain chances. A few folks in mid-Michigan seeing a pop-up shower or two this afternoon. Tomorrow's probably mostly sunny, another very tiny chance for rain. I think Wednesday brings a better chance. And then the second half of the week, like last week, going to be the start of another dry stretch that carries us through the weekend. So really nice weather coming right back to mid-Michigan. Just a touch more humid to start the week here today.
Okay, well, that's good to keep note of. So if you want to run the AC, make sure that you're staying cool.
Yeah, it's good to have, especially highs aren't really, really warm, but definitely has that muggy feel out there. And it's basically because we have a nice little stationary front nearby. Not going to move very much. It's going to take a few days to get going here. But any moisture we have available, which we have brought some in, is going to kind of just wring it out like a rag. It's not going to all come at once in a big downpour, but we're going to have a few opportunities for that.
Okay, all right, well, let's take a look outside because I know we're seeing some of those clouds out there. I haven't seen any rain so far yet.
Yeah, we've avoided it in Lansing to this point, but across parts of mid-Michigan, like I said, we've seen some. We'll touch on that in just a moment. The temperatures are in the upper 70s. Got a very light wind out there today, but the humidity, as I mentioned, noticeably up. And there you can see those temperatures. If you're north of St. John's and M21, you see we've got lower 80s. Everywhere else, it's 70s, and that's because the clouds and rain have actually been more for the southern sections today and starting to work their way north, the ones that are popping up. We'll show you that momentarily. Again, humidity's up a bit too, dew points in the mid-60s, and so what that does is it means we go into that humid and even a little bit into the muggy air mass. On our muggy meter, we're kind of towing that line between about 65, 66, depending where we are in the area. Last week, early in the week, we were very muggy. We were even oppressive at times on this muggy meter. But in the second half of the week and over the weekend, as we know, it was feeling more pleasant, even in the comfy range there. Now we've brought it back up. It will go back down to that pleasant to comfy range by this coming end of the week and weekend, but we have a little bit of humidity to deal with here. And there are those showers I mentioned we're dealing with in some southern sections. Parts of Jackson County have seen them. Southwest Eaton County now seeing a couple of them just off to the west of I-69 there. But again, you can see most of the rain is popping up more towards the Metro Detroit area, or it's north, even north of St. John's and M21, where there is a lightning strike up there at the most recent stop. There's a few of those over towards the Northville, Livonia area as well, if you look off towards Metro Detroit.
Our hometowns. Give them a
Exactly
shout out.
right, yeah. Getting those over there, that's where most of the rain is, a little bit to our south and east with a system that direction. But as I mentioned, over here, it's just pop-up daytime showers that'll be hit or miss for the rest of this afternoon. Smaller chance tomorrow, better chance comes Wednesday, which we'll show you in the hour by hour here. And so again, model's overdone. As you can see, some of the shower activity, we don't have that much rain out there, and this is where the current model is showing. So we might flare up a few more showers, maybe a storm, especially headed into this evening. I still think highs top out, just sneaking into those low 80s, and then we'll go back down overnight to the 60s. Now, one thing to note about tonight, with the very calm winds that we have today, we might develop a bit of patchy fog by tomorrow morning, and I think that could impact the very early morning drivers, especially close to sunrise. But it's not going to take long for the sun tomorrow to burn off whatever fog we do have, and so not much of an issue for us, but something to make note of. If you get up 6:30, you're out the door, you might deal with some early morning fog. Everybody else is going to be into the sunshine tomorrow. You see a few more showers top left of the screen, far right of the screen. I think that's where those pop up tomorrow. We should stay mostly sunny. I'll keep a 20% in there for a possible shower, but I think a lot of us will have a dry Tuesday. Still going to feel a little humid out there with highs around 83, 84, and then you see a little bit of showers Tuesday night. Wednesday starts dry, but like today afternoon, we bring in a couple showers, maybe a storm, and there it is right there, a better chance to see those, especially into late Wednesday. And so I do think that'll be our best chance for rain this week, is going to come Wednesday afternoon for most of us. We'll call it showers and storms by then, but after that, we're back to another Thursday in the 70s. We did that last week. Overnight lows in the 50s. Got a more comfortable feeling in here. 80s return Friday, Saturday, and you notice we keep warming up into the end of the weekend. Sunday's 88-degree forecast high, comes with lots of sun like the days before it.
That is going to feel like summer.
It is going to feel like summer, but we also, even though today dry Sunday, are going to start bringing that humidity back. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, those 3 days are all going to be more comfortable feeling days. Even Saturday's 84 won't have as much humidity as we have today, but by Sunday, we'll have about the same amount of vapor available as we do today, but it'll be hotter, and so it'll feel very humid on Sunday, even though we stay dry. So Sunday, maybe not a bad beach day. I know that's several days out, but that could be one for you to circle on the calendar for this final July weekend and try to get somewhere at least where you can cool off. Maybe the pool would be a good idea on Sunday, really Saturday too. It's a great weekend we have here. And then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday next week, that actually rounds out the rest of the month of July. The 31st is that Wednesday, I believe, and so we'll go into August one day beyond this 10-day, and we're already going to be into the 8th month of the year. But you notice we have some high temperatures out there that are in the mid to upper 80s, lows near 70. That will come with humidity, and that's where we'll have the shower storm chances working back in. So we have, I think you said last week we talked about a little bit of a sandwich we had as far as the weather that we had. We got one of those again, a nice 4-day stretch in the center Thursday through Sunday with none of it, but on either side we're bookending with opportunities for rainfall. We are still well above normal rainfall for the month. We can thank the first week and a half for all that rain that we saw early last week and the weekend before, where it was very wet. We had places get 4 inches or more rain with that one system, and that's kept us well above average for the month of July. So we're not in any problems if we go dry for a while here. That would actually be good for us maybe in a lot of ways. So that's kind of what we're going to be dealing with. But overall, I do think the pattern is beyond this 10-day going to bring us another nice weekend for the first weekend of August.
Okay.
At least that's how the pattern looks. And so we're going to luck out here. I think this past weekend was good. This coming weekend will be good. I think the following weekend will be good. And so really a lot to be excited about here. Work week chances for rain will work through, but the weekends all look nice. Next 2 Fridays, I don't have I don't think the authority, I'll say, to give out sick days or anything like that. But maybe get a little bit of a cough on Friday and Friday morning. You got to call in, hey, to your boss, can't come in today. Just, maybe make your way out somewhere, take a 3-day nice weekend. We got beautiful weather for it this weekend and next, and so hopefully you're able to take advantage and enjoy. Otherwise, again, the First Alert Weather app's a great place to go to get any information that you can't get on air online, any of that stuff, and so that's going to be a good place to find that. But otherwise, again, not any washouts these next couple of days either, and so we're all good. Not much to worry about here moving forward. Things are pretty good across mid-Michigan, and other than, again, the better rain chance that comes in Wednesday, I think a lot of mid-Michigan places will stay dry today. Most, if not all of us, will stay dry tomorrow. Wednesday will be your chance for rain this week. And then the following week, we'll bring in those more rain opportunities with that summer-like heat and humidity. So that's what we have to look forward to in the First Alert forecast. Of course, we've got much more in-depth breakdown coming up during our First at 4 newscast. And before then, we're going to be talking a couple different things you can maybe do around the area on Studio 10, because we've got a good stretch of weather, as I mentioned, late in the week. So while you might want to keep the umbrella close, even if you don't need it much for the next 3 days, by the time we get to Thursday, not a lot to worry about. Start making those weekend plans now, because I think there will be a lot of really popular spots. And so if you can get ahead of the game, it's the best way to do, and you can stay ahead again with us here at News 10 with your First Alert weather forecast.
Yes, and like you said, make sure you're tuning into Studio 10. Justin mentioned they have so many fun things and ideas happening throughout the weekend that you can look forward to and embrace all of the warm weather.
Yeah, most definitely. So it's going to be fun. I'm ready.
We're pumped.
I'm ready. We're ready for it.
You
Here we
bringing
go.
out the grill? What are you doing? What's
I
baby
don't know.
Jace? Is he soaking up the sun?
Probably something. He loves being outside.
Good.
I have to say that if he does not actually cry very much at all.
No, that's
but
huge.
when he does, he has kind of got a little bit of a whimper. And when he does, I just open my back deck to the patio and I take him out on the back deck. And as soon as I walk out the door, it's like a force field. He kind of looks around, makes a face, immediately stops crying, and he's
Like
good.
fresh air.
And he's good. Yeah, I think that's what it is. I think it's the fresh air, and he enjoys it. So, anyway, but he's doing well. Wife's doing well. Things have been good. So, been a bit of an adjustment with me being back to work.
Yeah.
But again, I was very fortunate to have quite a bit of time off to be able to bond with Jace and bond with Alex, with my wife, and be able to, raise this tiny human that we're doing. So, it's going really well. So we're enjoying it, and I'm glad to be back. But it's also really fun to be able to go home and have my son there, so that's really cool.
Yeah, that is
So,
really cool. Well,
yeah.
we hope to see him make another appearance tomorrow.
Yeah, he'll be around, and we'll see whether or not he ever makes an on-air appearance at some point here. I don't know. Maybe if the wife brings him in, he might pop into a newscast here or there, even for a brief moment. So
Pretty cool.
stay tuned. Keep watching us here on News 10. You might get to see that.
All right, sounds good. Well, thank you, Justin. We'll see you coming up on Studio 10 first at 4.
Yes.
And Andy is in for your 90 minutes of news.
That's right.
All right, we'll see you then.
Sounds
Thank you.
good.
Thank you.
All right.
Let me take a little live look, or not a live look, but we're going to pull this up because as Justin just mentioned, if the baby is going to stop crying by going out in the fresh air, this can also improve your mental health. Get out into the
Absolutely.
weather, get that fresh air, go for a walk, anything to help clear your mind.
Yep.
And like Justin mentioned, beautiful weather. I'll show the 10-day forecast one more time. Heading toward the end of the week and the weekend. What a great way to just improve your mental health.
It is, most definitely. Like I said, especially Thursday and beyond, lots of sunshine. And I know those days are warming up too, so if you like 70s, well, Thursday's your day. If you like it a little hotter, just wait till Sunday. We got a lot coming our way, and again, most of it good. We do not,
10-degree jump.
yeah, and we do not have any severe weather, by the way. Any of these rain opportunities in the forecast, currently no severe weather. Certainly not the next 3 days, and really next week doesn't look like right now it's going to do anything crazy, just a couple showers and storms. So nothing really to worry about in our forecast, which is nice.
That is nice. All right,
Yeah.
we'll see you then.
Yes.
But yeah, with the weather, I always tie this into your emotions. The weather is always changing, and so can your emotional well-being. And so, with the rain showers we're getting today, or the spotty ones, we may see a few pop up. That could be like your emotions. Sometimes you get a little triggered here and there throughout the day. Sometimes, like in the 10-day forecast, you get a nice stretch of sunny weather with your emotions, and you're feeling good, and you're feeling lively. And then it goes back to that rain. So no matter how you're feeling, if your emotions are changing like the weather, whether that's, more of a severe emotional impact on yourself, or maybe it's just a little cloud passing through, know that there are resources out there for you to improve your emotional well-being, whether that's stress, anxiety, suicidal thoughts, depression, addiction to substance abuse or gambling. I know we've also talked about athletes, especially with the Paris Olympics coming up in 4 days, if you can believe it, this Friday, July 26th. And so I know a lot of pressure can be put on athletes as well. No matter what you're facing, everyone has a different story, but we have similar stories as well, where we can connect with one another and be vulnerable and open up about our stories and find the guidance that we're looking for. So this is why I'm showing you the QR code for our mental health series. You can go on there and find those local resources and connect yourself to another mental health care professional in the area. But I did mention, tying in with the pressure of the Olympics. Real quick here, let me show you, and I'll show this one first. Happening this Friday, July 26th, we're going to be extending first at 4 to a full hour, and then coming up on Monday, that is July 29th, and going until August 9th, I believe. News 10 today at 11 and first at 4 will be extended from a half-hour newscast into a full extended hour-long newscast. And the other changes you're seeing on your screen is that News 10 today at 11 and first at 4 are going to be switched off our 10.1 channel. You can find us on News 10 today at 11 and first at 4 on the Heroes and Icon channel, which is channel 10.3. And then noted below, as you see for News 10 at 5 and News 10 at 5:30. And hold your horses, everyone. Let me pull up Jeopardy as well. You will be able to find News 10 at 5, 5:30, and Jeopardy all on MeTV, which is channel 10.2. So one more time, I want to reiterate that the Paris Olympics will be streamed on channel 10.1. We'll be airing that. So when you're looking for our newscast, just check in for 10.3 for News 10 today at 11 and first at 4. And then again for News 10 at 5 and News 10 at 5:30 and Jeopardy, you can head over to the MeTV channel on channel 10.2. Again, that is all in relation to the Paris Olympics getting started here on Friday, July 26th. We have the countdowns going. We're looking forward. We have the Olympic portfolios and profiles that we're getting out to everyone throughout our newscast this week to get you prepared, to get you that knowledge for the Paris Olympics starting. I know there's a lot of excitement going into it. But let me pull up what we have coming up on First at 4 and our 90 minutes of news, and then we'll start wrapping it up here on the News 10 Plus digital desk. So starting off with First at 4, we're talking a lot about back to school. I know a lot of school supplies are put out in the different area stores, whether you're at Meijer, Amazon, Target, you name it, Five Below. They are talking about back to school. And we also want to emphasize the importance of school nutrition. So I know a lot of laws were signed this past year in getting free lunches and meals to children across our area schools, signed by Governor Gretchen Whitmer. And so we're going to be going more in depth with a registered registered dietitian, there we go, thank you, to see what are those healthy, easy, simple meals, right? Parents, it's such a, well, I don't want to say it's a pain, it can be a pain to put together those meals for your children, get them off to school, and especially finding healthy, easy meals that they're going to appreciate, ones that don't take up too much of your time to get it prepared. So we're going to be speaking with this registered dietitian on easy meals that you can make within less than 30 minutes. So let's save you time, let's save you money, and make sure that we're fueling, your kids' nutrition so that they have the brain power for the school day. We'll be talking more on that coming up today on Mid-Michigan Matters during First at 4. And then starting with News 10 at 5, with several people shot in the Lansing area over the weekend, we hear from the Chief of Lansing Police. And then on News 10 at 5 and 6, our very own Aaron Bowling speaks with him about the violent crime rates over the past few years and what the department plans to do to change the course. And then, have you ever watched the Summer Olympics and thought, I can do that? Well, you probably can't. Sure, it's running, jumping, and throwing in track and field, but as Steve Kornacki explains on News 10 at 5:30, it's a lot more impressive than it may sometimes look. So again, we're going to have more on the science behind Olympic events coming up News 10 at 5:30. And then coming up News 10 at 6, restoring hope and providing a helping hand. That's the motto of Mason Community Services. And the woman who brings those words to life, the nonprofit's executive director, who is definitely making an impact on her small community. Coming up on News 10 at 6, our very own David Andrews introduces us to Linda Hewson. I believe that's how you're saying Linda Hewson on News 10 at 6. And you can look forward to that again for making an impact and how she's making an impact on her small community. Again, News 10 at 6. That is everything you can look forward to here on News 10. And I see questions. Will there be news at 6? Yes, there will be news at 6, Chris. I appreciate you for asking that question. One more time, let me pull up those full screens to give you a better idea of what you can expect. So again, the Paris Olympics getting started this Friday, July 26th. Chris, thank you for asking that question. I appreciate you for being, attentive or asking questions on here. Engaging, that's the right word. There we go. So one more time. These are the changes you can expect for our programming if you're looking for our newscast. One more time, News 10 today at 11 and First at 4, going from a half-hour newscast into an hour-long newscast. You can catch that instead of 10.1, and you're going to be watching it during the Paris Olympics. So again, the Olympics will be on channel 10.1. You can find News 10 today at 11 and First at 4 on our Heroes and Icons channel on channel 10.3. And then News 10 at 5 and 5:30 and Jeopardy will be on MeTV channel 10.2. So again, this is in relation to the 2024 Paris Summer Olympics. You'll be able to watch the Olympics on channel 10.1, and then everything else will be running smoothly here on News 10. So if you want to watch News 10 today in the mornings, or you want to watch News 10 at 6, and then we have our 10 and 11 at night, you'll be able to do that too. If there are any other changes to our program or any other little switch ups that we're making, we'll make sure to alert you to that both on air and online throughout the week to get you prepared for any of that, so you can have a smooth transition and getting all of your local news and much more here on News 10. But let me try to give you a live look outside before we head out here. I'll show you the 10-day forecast one more time, and then we'll get you those live looks across the area. I'll take you to Delta Skycam right now, and you're seeing kind of just those little clouds off in the distance. And then if I take you to the Mason Skycam, you're seeing more of those clouds as well. Of course, this is what Justin Bradford was telling you all about during his forecast. And since I know Chris is joining us, Chris, I'm going to show you that live look over at MSU on East Lansing, or in East Lansing. You know, usually when I show this camera, when it's sunny out, it is looking nice and vibrant, but it's looking kind of dull right now. But you know what? That is from all of the clouds. I'm going to give you one last look, this time over Jackson, downtown Jackson that is. Also looking cloudy out there. You're not seeing as many of the blue skies. But hey, that is what Justin Bradford was telling us about. You know, be prepared with those little showers in the forecast. But other than that, that is everything you can look forward to today on News 10. We have Studio 10 coming up in just over half an hour here, followed by First at 4 and our 90 minutes of news. So we can't wait for you to join us. Thanks for joining us here on the News 10 Plus Digital Desk on this Monday, and have a great rest of your day, Mid-Michigan.